South Africa goes horse to horse with India in this year's Nedbank International Polo match. This after a 2-year break due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The event is one of the country's most prestigious equestrian fixtures on the annual sporting and social calendar. Our reporter Katleho Sekhotho is there. And Katleho, when we spoke to you earlier on, you had one of the organizers talking about the importance of finally having the event, seeing that for the last 2 years they didn't have it. Have you been speaking to some people that are there to enjoy the races? What are they telling you?
A very good afternoon indeed, Clement. You know, it's such a nice, warm and sunny day, perfect weather for a polo match. And really, as you mentioned earlier on, that conversation with Nigel Pilling from the president of SAPA, just outlining the excitement ahead of the game, which is about to start in about 40 minutes or so. And it is South Africa versus India. Really anticipated, and speaking to the captains actually earlier on as well, they're looking forward to the game, and it looks like it might be a tight one. But I want to get into the conversation here, Clement Ndlovu from Nedbank, just to chat to us about Nedbank's involvement in the game. Buli, thank you so much for speaking to us. Just tell us about Nedbank's involvement in polo, a really exciting game ahead. Why did you want to get involved?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, firstly, for having me here. And for you guys being here at the polo. I mean, we're in for a very exciting day at the Inanda Country Club today with the match, as you mentioned, between South Africa and India. I think, you know, from a Nedbank perspective, we all know that, firstly, the polo is really a prestigious event, and it's the longest standing from an equestrian fixtures perspective, right? And the guests come out in their absolute nines, right? Dressed to the nines. And the entertainment is spectacular. But from a Nedbank perspective, it's really more than that, right? So we've landed this initiative called the New Nobility, which, you know, in partnering with the Nedbank International Polo, it's this campaign where we're saying, you know, the polo is not just about status. It's not just about rank. It's not just about class. But how might you use that status and influence to become a new noble? What does that mean? It means using your influence to really uplift the communities around you. Mm-hmm. So it's not just about, you know, this fancy fanfare that we do, but how might you just use that class, that status, that influence to really benefit those that are less fortunate. I mean, at Nedbank, we are really all about using our financial expertise to do good, and this partnership is really one of them.
Yes, and I think just at the back of what you're saying, Busi, Nigel was speaking about, you know, growth and development and making polo accessible. Is that your drive as well, accessible to all?
Driving. So it really is just about growing people, growing our communities, growing our society, and ultimately impacting our country for good.
All right. And what can we look forward to with the game? Are you looking forward to the game itself?
Of course,
yeah.
It's about the horses.
Yeah.
Of course, definitely looking forward to the game. I mean, last year was fantastic when South Africa won, and I think we haven't won in so many years, and it was really a privilege. So this year we're hoping for another win. But I think either way, you know, just being out here, beautiful weather, beautiful teams that are playing. The teams are well prepared, so really excited. The other thing I'm really excited about is just our guests and how they've really come to the party. I mean, our dress theme this year is bold with a touch of green. Mm-hmm. Now, green, obviously, we know it's a color of life. It's a color of growth, right? And that's what we're really inspiring people to do. Just look at the life around you, inspire that, and inspire yourself to grow and grow those around you.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Buli.
Thank you.
Clement, you heard there Buli Ndlovu from Nedbank, just outlining the excitement ahead of the game, and also, you know, Nedbank's initiatives in terms of making polo accessible and diverse to all, as we also had that conversation earlier on with Nigel Pilling, really also expressing that detail that there are, you know, programs and initiatives in place to get young people involved in this game, which is typically considered to be, you know, quite sophisticated and elite and almost inaccessible to others, but really saying that there is a drive to change that.
Katleho Sekhotho, live from the Nedbank International Polo match. Thank you for that update.